Focus is the thinking skill that allows people to begin a task without procrastination and then maintain their attention and effort until the task is complete. Focus helps people pay attention in the midst of distractions and setbacks and to sustain the effort and energy needed to reach a goal. Being focused means concentrating on a special thing, your mission, your purpose, goal, your job, a task, whatever it may be. Anything else is unimportant, so you should shut out all distractions and give your full and undivided attention to the task at hand. I'm Sandra Gopal, and I am delighted that you have connected with me on this platform. Today's podcast is about leadership focus. The question being, how do we optimize our focus in this age of dramatic distraction? Successful leaders maintain a positive focus in life. What happens around them is not important. They stay focused on their past successes and they have long left their past failures. Their eyes are set on the prize. Their actions get closer to the fulfillment of their goals rather than all the other distractions that life presents. Leaders always focus on the needs of the organization and the situation itself. Leaders focus on results, on what must be achieved by themselves, by others, and by the company. Great leaders focus on strengths in themselves and in others. A leader's ability to use his strength and ensure that everyone is focused and concentrated on the most valuable use of their time is essential to the excellent performance of an organization. There are common threads that all strong and great leaders share. The threads will follow along a trail of self-awareness, being able to communicate consistently and clearly, and genuinely caring about their team. But one area that is often not mentioned, but is ever present, is focus. With challenges and crisis comes distraction. Leaders focus on what's important during those times. Leaders focus on the more pressing matters on hand. Just as a camera lens can be set narrowly on a single point or more widely to take in a panoramic view, you can focus tightly or expansively. When you go through pictures on your phone and you cannot see something clearly, you then zoom in on the picture to find the thing you are trying to focus in on. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, had laser-like focus. He believed that focus was one of the key leadership skills. He believed it was better to do a few things well than a load poorly. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, at an event, both men were asked, "What factor do you feel was most important to getting where you've gotten in life?" And they both replied, "Focus." As Steve Jobs noted, deciding what not to do is as important as deciding what to do. So it is evident that focus is vital for success. It is vital for achievement. It is vital in order to get to your next level. So stay focused on what you want to achieve. Don't look to others for determination. Be self-determined. Without focus, you cannot lead a group. When leaders have focus, they are able to put a spotlight on any of the goals they have set in all of their different areas of expertise. Focused leaders don't allow anything to distract them from reaching their goals. Laser focus demands prioritization with the ability to see the bigger picture. A focused leader guides team members in a definite direction so that the team knows the collective goals that they are working towards. As a result of extreme focus, high self-awareness, strong communication skills, and understanding, a focused leader can understand the needs of the team and motivate them to develop creative solutions. The primary task of leadership is to direct attention, To do so, leaders must learn to focus their own attention. When we speak about being focused, we commonly mean thinking about one thing while filtering out distractions. So I have a few perspectives that I would like to go through on how you could manage your focus. Perspective number 1, get your navigation on course. Make it a habit to plan your day in advance. It will help you avoid being distracted and wasting energy on unimportant things. You see, before a pilot takes the plane off the ground into the air, he has to do some planning. If he does not, he will never arrive at his intended destination. Make an effort to know what is ahead of you. Plan the day that will come after today. Plan towards it. Make a list of details and set priorities. Every person has a different profile. You could be an early to bed and early to rise, or late to bed and late to rise person. There is nothing wrong with either. Whatever the case, it is imperative that you plan ahead. Lack of planning can only lead to disaster. Leaders that plan ahead are heading in the direction of excelling. Once planning is done, you are able to see the challenges ahead and still stay on the track. Planning keeps you close to the goals. Perspective number 2. Do the most difficult things first. Leaders have tasks and responsibilities that they don't always like to do. What can you do about them besides delegating them? We all have to do things that we don't like doing. Successful people attend to painful tasks first. Get after the hardest tasks attended to right away while you are still fresh and have the energy. Putting off the more challenging tasks won't make it go away. Research has shown that our minds are at its peak in the morning, and that is when we should take on the difficult tasks. It will set your mind at ease and you will be able to relax and attend to other routine tasks. So when you face a difficult task, just remember the word start. Yes, start. It's the only word you should have in your mind. Approach difficult tasks with a positive attitude, and you will inspire others and feel better about what's ahead of you. You see, if you make good use of your time, you'll know how important it is to stay focused. Perspective 3. Eliminate distractions and time wasters. As a leader, there is always a huge potential for you to be distracted from working efficiently. Distraction simply goes with leadership territory. Think email, social media, text messages, phone calls, clients, suppliers, and a host of others. All of these want your attention as a leader. You need to start eliminating distractions to stay focused. You must limit the amount of time you spend answering endless text messages. It would be so much better to just set up a time frame to check your phone and do that. If there is no text to answer, then go back to your task. The same thing must be done for emails and calls, especially if you are at work. Doing that will make you more productive. Another time waster is having an open schedule. It is highly recommended to make a to-do list the day before in order to be extra productive the next day. Open schedules let you fill stuff in as the day goes by, but actually having a to-do list helps you keep your goals in front of your eyes. It helps you stay focused. Leaders should keep these things in mind and take control of their day and do what must be done. As a successful leader, you are constantly aware of the amount of time that will be wasted in a day if you allow distractions to enter. Apparently, it takes a full 20 minutes to regain focus on the task at hand. Leaders who eliminate distractions have two things in common. They know a distraction when they see one, and they have strategies in place for not getting derailed. Therefore, they stay focused on their tasks, which they complete efficiently and without experiencing the mental overload and emotional stress that distraction can cause. Not only are they productive, but they feel better within themselves. So you have to learn how to recognize and eliminate distractions. Remind yourself that a distraction is anything that threatens to divert your resources away from your priority tasks. You need to put strategies in place to manage those distractions. When you use the word no wisely, it may turn out to be one of the most positive words in your vocabulary. Learn to delegate since it helps take care of distractions. Work on planned tasks rather than reacting to the demands of others. You see, real emergencies will always present itself. However, the majority of situations that do come up to distract us are not real emergencies and do not require an immediate response. Many of these situations will resolve themselves in their own time. Responding to these requests immediately will only set you up to receive more. By not responding, you are sending a message that you are a strong-willed and focused person who is busy and over time will be bothered less by trivial time-wasting matters. Perspective 4. Strengthen your mental muscle. Staying focused is a challenge. It is not an easy task. Like other parts of our body, we need to build mental muscle. The brain needs to build muscle so that your focus gets stronger. The more you work on strengthening your focus muscle, the stronger it will get. So make time to take stock of where you are in terms of that muscle. If distractions and daydreaming get the better of you, then it's time to make a shift. It's time to get that mental focus muscle pumping. There are a variety of ways to help you eliminate distractions. Usually the phone will beep all day because we have emails, messages, and social media notifications ringing at us. Turning off these notifications is a great way to start. Set aside alone time. Alone time is about block booking a space in the day. Stop multitasking. Refrain from multitasking as it usually is ineffective. You end up becoming a jack of all trades and master of none. Perspective 5. Leverage your drive and discipline. The difference between good and great often comes down to discipline. While subjecting yourself to the rigor of discipline is not easy, it is essential if you want to maximize your effectiveness as a leader. The best leaders I know are extremely disciplined people. They simply do the things others are not willing to do. Real leaders don't accept mediocrity. They constantly seek improvement. If you want to become a true standout leader as opposed to someone who has great potential, it is simple. Become very intentional about bringing discipline to every area of your life. Take an assessment of what you do well and what you don't, and then apply rigor, process, structure, systems, and discipline to each of those areas. Hard work isn't easy, but it does pay huge dividends. All leaders have scores of things they could do, but a disciplined leader is one who identifies and focuses on the vital few, the 20% of activities that will drive 80% of the results. Once you know where you're going and you've made a decision of commitment to stick with it, you still need daily drive and discipline to arrive at your destination. Your personal drive as a leader taps into your passion. Remaining focused on something you care about is difficult. What are you doing? What you do has to matter so much that it makes you willing to say no to the other things, to stay focused on your commitments and priorities. Your drive is like the engine of a car, and the fuel is your passion. Discipline is the ability to stay on the road and not be distracted with side roads that take you off course. Daily discipline doesn't suggest mechanical drudgery. You need time to rest, play, work on new matters, and be creative. You can do all that while staying focused on what you want to accomplish. In fact, use your creative side to dream how to improve your current plan and focus on it, not drop it to chase another rabbit. Perspective 6. Don't micromanage. One of your key responsibilities is to manage the broader picture of your organization. However, there's a big difference between knowing the details within your organization and obsessing over every little detail. A leader's role is empowering and not micromanaging. When you're busy micromanaging, you're completely immersed in the micro details that are outside of your scope. As a result, you lose track of goals. Micromanagers are intense scrutinizers. The smallest detail can hold the greatest importance to a micromanager, much to the detriment of the team. Leaders are the polar opposites of micromanagers. While a leader may call a team member's action into question, the leader has faith in the team. Letting go is never easy, but if your team is made up of the right people for the various duties within your organization, you can stop being involved in the smaller roles that do not deserve your time and energy. There are several more perspectives on focus which you can look up and read. Remember, knowledge is power. So as I come to the end of this podcast, I want to remind you to become a more focused leader. Reflect on your priorities. Setting precedents early in the day helps you set your intentions and kicks off your day with a purpose. Remember, as the day goes on, your attention is pulled into multiple directions. Take a breather and use simple triggers to remind you of your intentions. Your reminder can be as easy as placing an inspiration quote on your monitor or your desk. Regroup. Before going on from task to task or meeting to meeting, take a break, even if it is for a few seconds. Remind yourself about what it is you want to accomplish and become a focused leader. Thank you for listening to this podcast. May your knowledge be broadened and skills lifted to another level. Until next time, remain safe.